Okay. Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. I am Arna Gupta and I will be your SAA for this meeting. Today we are here at Bright Heart's 88th meeting. First, a word about Toastmasters International. Toastmasters International is a non-profit educational organization that was started in 1924. Right now, it has over 350,000 members worldwide in over 140 countries. We, Bright Hearts, are just a small part of this community. Here, we allow members the opportunity for prepared and impromptu speaking. We also allow our members an opportunity to not only give, but also receive constructive feedback in a supportive environment. Here, leaders and communicators are built one meeting, one role, and one speech at a time. The theme of today's meeting is fact. Oh, before that, let's get into the ground rules. But since the theme of this meeting is fact or fiction, let's do a little twist. Instead of just reciting the ground rules, I'm going to say the ground rules, some of them slightly wrong. If it is correct, you can yell fact. If not, fiction. So for starters, rule number 1, you can keep your phones on loud so that if you get an emergency call, you can attend it. It is fiction. Please put your phones on silent and give me a thumbs up when you do so. I love how a lot of people were already ready. Second, as Toastmasters, we talk about sex, religion, and politics constantly and in detail. I heard at least one person say fiction. It is fiction. We talk about these topics in a sensitive manner as to not offend anybody's sensibilities. Third, no crosstalk is allowed when somebody is speaking on stage. Correct. It is a fact. Members are allowed to move in and out whenever they like. It is fiction. Please move only during the applause out of respect on the person on stage. And lastly, people in the online meeting are allowed to unmute whenever they want to say whatever they want. Yeah. It is in fact fiction. Please unmute only when you're required to speak. With that, the refresh chai will be served during the break. The washroom is on the right-hand side at the back. And before we get our president on stage as our presiding officer, let's play a quick game to get to know him better. I'm going to say two truths and one lie. And after that, you're going to tell me which one is the lie. So first, this person attended an online meeting with just a professional shirt and pajamas on at the bottom. Truth or lie? True. It is in fact true, and he did specify that he did this multiple times. Second, our presiding officer waited for a lift for 1 minute without realizing he hadn't pushed the button to call the lift. It is indeed a fact. This he only did once, as he was very specifically specified. And lastly, this person once used hand cream as toothpaste because he was in a rush and didn't check the tube. It is fiction. This was the only one lie. Jokes aside, this person works as a principal delivery manager in an AI startup, and he has finished in podium places in multiple club contests. He has also, among many contests, he has also won many hearts. With that, please welcome Toastmaster Sayuj Varghese as our president and presiding officer for today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arna. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. How's the Josh? Awesome. Thank you, Arna, for explaining about Toastmasters and the general rules. Let's talk about Bright Hearts a bit. So, Bright Hearts was founded 2 years back, and since then, we have won so many awards that I've lost count. First year, we were the President Distinguished. Last year, we were the Smedley Distinguished, which is an award that Toastmaster International gives for getting a lot of education pathways completed, membership, and for the officers attending the training. But the awards haven't stopped from last year. I just received an award recently from the district for our highest attendance in Crescendo. So please give yourself a round of huge applause. So those were the awards that you all can be proud of. But as your president, I'm also proud of few members that is there in Bright Hearts. Toastmaster Radna, she was a keynote speaker at the ABBS Toastmasters Club. Great moment for all the Bright Hearts. Badri was also a keynote speaker in the Bosch Toastmasters Club. And he also attended the humorous contest in the Infosys Toastmasters Club. So what this means is Bright Hearts is just not restricted to this room. We spread our wings, go across, and that is what Bright Hearts is all about. Now, with that, let's get some introduction to guests. So I see a couple of guests in the room. So why don't you come on stage, tell us your name, how did you learn about Bright Hearts, and just for the fun's sake, tell us one fact and one fiction about yourself. And if they guess it right, you get to give them a candy.
Richard, yeah. So guys, before I start, I wanted to make sure that I'm not some techie. I'm instead a college student. Yeah. So my summer vacation just started and I was like, I worked hard a lot. I worked a lot of for last 2 months, I was just continuously grinding to clear off my SWE because all of you know that you need a certain grade to move on to next year. So those things just tired me out. And I was just continuously thinking about if I would be able to get all the credits because there was some subjects which, I didn't have my hands on, like mechanical and all, which I bet all of you would have studied. So in order to overcome the stress and all, I was just searching through some articles as to which seminar I can attend or some, some small seminars which I can attend to bring down the stress. Then I got to know about Toastmaster Club. And I mean, I was aware of the fact that all of you would be techies, but I just wanted to try out this stuff because I've heard from a few of my friends as well as the article that is going to be fun. So that's why I'm here right now. And this is my first time I'm coming in front of a lot of people and speaking. So if I make any mistakes, just pardon me. And yeah, my name is Sajal. And so one fact which I would say is that
you don't say which is
okay.
Fact. You should let them guess the fact.
So I have to say two things.
Two things. I know. I have some more.
Okay. So two things are I'm a studious person, and second one is I like to play a lot of COD fan. I mean, I'm a huge COD fan. What?
First one is fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can throw it to him.
Yeah.
Yes. It's nice to have college students come in, and at your age, I don't know what I was doing, but I'm so glad you took your Sunday off, come and visited us. I hope you have a lot of fun. Let's see one more guest. Would you like to come up? I know. Come up, tell us your name, how you heard about Bright Hearts, and you get to throw chocolates. It's in, yeah. Apurv. Okay. Okay. And here's the chocolate.
Thank you. Apurv here. I did not know about this community until yesterday. My friend Shobit introduced me to this. So he said, why don't you just come up and try this? And I'm here today. So he is still on his way. He'll be here in within maybe 5 minutes. So that's pretty much my inspiration to come here. We have been very like close old friends. I've known him since 2008, since school. So that's pretty much it. I don't have any expectations here. I did not even know I would be speaking here. Aage ab. Yeah. So, and I'm Apurv, by the way, and I work as a software developer here. So I've been working for 5 years now. And yeah, I used to live in Pune, now I'm in Bangalore for the past 2 years. And yeah, so one thing about me is, so I'll tell you two things, you can decide which one is true. So one thing is, I can do a handstand. And second is, I have more than 1,000 followers on Instagram. Which one is fiction? Tell me. Second one, which is? Fiction. Yeah, true. You're right, you're right.
You can't even stand properly and someone does a handstand. You're the source of inspiration. I do see Rishika. Why don't you also come up? I have a lot of stuff.
Hi everyone, I'm Rishika, and it's been 5 meetings that I have attended. So far, I'm really liking it, and I'm looking forward to join. And yeah, I'm knowing about this club from quite a long time. So yes, maybe from next month onward, I'll be one of you. Yeah, thank you. Um, I'll give two statement whether you can tell me whether it's a fact or fiction. Um, I am a very lazy person right now, and I used to like, no, I'm sorry. Okay, one statement, you can tell me whether it's a fact or fiction. I have completed my half marathon. It's a fact or fiction.
Fact.
Okay, I don't know. A lot of people have said right answer. Whom to give? Maybe. Thank you.
See, I was thinking whether to just dump those chocolates there or actually give it out. But I do have one more. I see the latecomer there. So, Shobit, why don't you come on stage?
For being late. I'm not used to the Bangalore traffic right now.
That's okay. What you could do is just tell a fact and a fiction about yourself,
Okay.
and they have to guess which is fact and which is fiction, and you get to give the chocolate out to the person
Okay.
who has given the right answer.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I have delivered a speech in front of 400 people, or I have snowboarded down 4,000-meter peaks from Himalayas. Sorry, I'm sorry.
First is a fact.
First is a fact. You're right. And second one is a fiction.
Here, Anna.
Okay.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I do have one more chocolate left. So in the interest of time, here, Anna, you go. With that, I declare meeting 88 open. Raise of hands, how many of you have a rich Nigerian uncle who has bequeathed their property in Nigeria to you, but struggle to get to have $10,000 to clear Indian customs. Yes, that's so. What I'm referring to is a scam mail that was very prevalent in the early 2000s, where you'll get a mail from some ID saying, "I'm your rich Nigerian uncle, and I have this property, that property, and I want to give it all to you, but you just have to give $10,000 and clear the things." First time I thought, "Ooh, I'm going to be rich." But then I started wondering, both my grandfathers and decent guys, where have they gone to Nigeria to get a kid? But and I did ask my parents about it, and then they shut me up. That's a different thing altogether. But that was one of those scams which so many people took to be a fact and has caused a lot of problems. So today, to help you decide what is fact and fiction, is a Toastmaster. And something I have to tell about this Toastmasters. The first time that I came to Bright Hearts, he was the Toastmaster of the day then. And I'm extremely proud to welcome back on stage Toastmaster Madhur as the Toastmaster of the day.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. Good evening. Before I begin, I want you to do something very important. I want you to check under your table quickly. Your chair.
He said chair.
Relax. There is nothing. There is nothing. I simply wanted to see how does a room full of intelligent people reacts when someone gives the instruction confidently with no evidence. We saw someone looking at someone following their neighbors, and some asking why. So we do have believers, followers, and fact checkers. My name is Madhur. Correct? And I am the sergeant at arms today. Correct? In today's theme, fact or fiction, our tagline is think fast, react slow. Tonight, I will be sharing some fact that sounds completely believable, and some fiction that will sound perfectly believable. And I plan to deliver both of them with same confidence. So you have to be curious and cautious. Let's begin by playing one simple game called Rapid Fire. Are you ready?
Yes.
If you feel it is a fact, thumbs up. If you feel it is a fiction, thumbs down. All you have to do, I will ask the question and you have to remember your count. Like how many you have answered correctly. And be honest. Because at the end of the game, we will ask who is the winner with the most count. So are we ready for fact and fiction? Rapid fire. Yeah. First, the Great Wall of China is visible from moon with naked eye. Fact or fiction? Fiction. It's a fiction. It is extremely long, but unfortunately, it is not fluorescent to look from moon. Second, Mars always has a red sunset because it is a red planet. Fact or fiction? Fiction. It has a blue sunsets. Yes. Third, a day on Venus is longer than a day in Venus is longer than a year in Venus. Fact or fiction? A day in Venus is longer than a year in Venus. Fact or fiction? Fast. Fact? It's a fact. So Venus take more time to rotate than it orbits around the sun.
Let's go.
Next, Harvard University was found before modern calculus was developed. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
Harvard University was founded before modern calculus was developed. Fact or fiction? Fast. Fact. Next, the first text message was hello back in 1992. Fact or fiction? Is that hello or something else? Fiction. Fiction. It was Merry Christmas. Certain bamboo species can grow more than 90 centimeter in a single day. Fact or fiction? Yes, it's a fact. Wombat, a creature, produce a cubical poop. Fact or fiction? It's a fact. Last question. The first computer mouse was made of wood. Fact or fiction? It's a fact. Okay, so any person in the room with 8 count? No? 7? Looks suspicious. Okay, Samarth is our winner. No, Akshay, I counted yours. It's a fiction. Okay. So whoever remembers or whoever considered them as the winner are the winner, and that is fiction. Now, for the benefit of our guest, Toastmaster meeting has 3 major sections. First, the prepared speeches, where speakers know about their speech several days in advance and still experience a surprise when their name is called on stage. Second section is the table topic section, where participants are called upon the stage and asked to give their thoughts on any topic. And the third section is evaluation, which is about the feedback, critical feedback to the speaker or the participant come on the stage. And to introduce the Tag S team, I would like to introduce a very handsome, our general evaluator today. Fiction. Very beautiful general evaluator. But a one true fact about himself that everyone thinks it is a lie is he likes watching K-drama. And that's a fact. I don't know it was a fact given by him or influenced by Dave Shah, but that's the truth. Help me welcome Toastmaster Aditya to instruct about the role general evaluator. Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you, Madhur, or fact versus fiction man, for playing a wonderful TMOD role till now.
That's a fiction.
So good evening, everyone. My name is Aditya Patnaik, and I'll be your general evaluator for today. My initials are AP. So I am actually playing a fictional role today. So the role is actually that of a panther. And as a panther, I'll be observing throughout the meeting what you guys are doing, right from the start to the finish.
Pink Panther.
Okay. Okay, call it a Pink Panther. But for me, this job is not going to be a lonely job. You see, few people walked into my planet who were very, very desperate. And they said, we want to join your club and help you. I said, okay, since all of you need help, and I also need help, let's join hands. Now, these 4 fictional characters decided to convert their initials into a fictional character name, right? So the first character goes by the name Spider-Man, SM, okay? And that person is from New York City. And he said, because I am from America, I want to correct people's English. I was like, okay, let me also take help from him. Introducing our SM, Spider-Man for the day, Toastmaster Shankar, and welcoming as the grammarian.
I don't think so. There's such a tall Spider-Man ever. Right. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My role today is your grammarian and your friendly language detective. I was going for detective, probably Sherlock Holmes or something, not Spider-Man. Yeah. So just as today's theme asks us to separate fact from fiction, now I'll be identifying your good grammar from your grammar boo-boos, as we say, right? So I'll be listening for effective use of language, including correct grammar and sentence structure, interesting vocabulary and vivid expressions, clear pronunciations and appropriate word choice, and any grammatical slips that can help us all learn. Our word of the day is credible. It's an adjective, which means offering reasonable grounds for being believed or trusted, such as credible evidence, a credible source, or credible witnesses. An example of this would be investigators found no credible evidence of a crime. It can also mean good enough to be effective, as in a credible job. So an example here is Akshay does a credible imitation of a ballerina. I think we can all agree with that. Fact. There we go. So you could also use it in its noun form, which is credibility, or its adverb, credibly. Now, its origin is late Middle English from Latin credibilis, that means from credere, and further it breaks down to believe, right? So I encourage all of you to use this throughout the meeting and as much as possible as you can. Now, 1 second. Right. So at the end of the session, I'll report on the best use of language, creative or memorable phrases, usage of the word of the day, and any grammar points that can help us become successful communicators. Now remember, whether you're speaking about credible facts or about spinning imaginative fiction, good grammar always tells the truth. Thank you.
Thank you, Shankar, for explaining the objectives of your role. We will move on to the next desperate person who knocked at my door. And he said, since my initials are VK, I want to be a vision keeper. Okay. And he decided to become the timer because he felt a lot of people in our planet are actually very, very indisciplined when it comes to time. So welcoming our timer for today, Toastmaster Vineet Kumar.
Good evening, Toastmasters, and good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Vineet Kumar, and I will be the timer of today's meeting. And my role is to monitor the timing for each speakers and make sure that meeting runs on schedule. And for each speakers, like for the timing for the prepared speeches is 5 to 7 minutes, and I will be alerting each speaker by using these cards. So at 5 minutes, I will raise this green card. At 6 minutes, I'll raise this yellow card, and at 7th minute, I will be raising this red card. For evaluators, timing is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll raise this green card again. And at 2.5 minutes, I'll raise this yellow card. At 3 minutes, I'll raise this red card. And for table topic section speakers, timing is from 1 to 2 minutes. And at 2 minutes, I'll raise this green card. At 1.5 minutes, I'll raise this yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I'll raise this red card. So at the end of the meeting, I will be back with the timer report. And all the best to all the speakers, and thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vineet, for explaining your role. Our next role taker is actually from the movie Deadpool. So when she knocked at the door, she said, I want to eliminate everything that's unnecessary in this world. And when I asked her the question, who did you eliminate recently? She said, I actually want to eliminate my husband. I don't need him anymore. So welcoming our Deadpool Patnaik for today, Toastmaster Devsha Patnaik as the R counter.
When we are talking about fact and fiction, while listening to Madhur, I realized that there's one fact or fiction I need to clarify first. So, as an HR, consultants and recruiters approach you for a position. They charge you money for that and then give you offer. Is that a fact or a fiction? Fact. It's a fiction. If a consultant is charging you money for a role that is opening, please know that they are going to, it's a fraud, right? They are not actually charging you for anything. They are supposed to charge to the company. So be careful if such situation happen. And it actually happened in my organization recently. Someone got a fake offer letter, paid 2 lakhs, later got to know that position was never there. Okay. Now coming to another fact or fiction. So well, if you use words like are, like, right, does that make you sound like a professional speaker? Fact or fiction? Fiction. Yes. So as an accountant, today my responsibility is to judge all of these words that are unnecessarily used, which while you are talking. But here's a trick, especially to the guests. I'm going to define CRPF and I'll ask you the questions in break. So if you have listened to me and would have understand what CRPF is, then you get chocolate from our president. No. Okay. So what does CRPF stands for? People who know what is C? Crutch word. So a crutch word is basically words that we unconsciously lean on. Words like actually, basically, like, right, and some words. Okay, so let's move on, right? So these are the words that we have. And then we have some leaning sounds like which we use to balance out and move to the next sentence. So that is crutch words. Then we have the second word, R. What is R?
Repetitions.
Repetitions. So most of the time while we are forming sentences, we tend to repeat one or similar words. For example, I think so that we should move forward. So these are some of the ways we use repetitions. So remember, those are also what impacts our speech while we are on the stage. Now the third is P. P stands for? Pause. Okay. Now, pauses are good. Fact or fiction?
Depends.
It depends. If you're using the right kind of pause, when something is extremely emotional, see, I met a dog and it met with an accident. A pause. That's a good pause. But I met someone and a long pause. That's not a good pause. So that's where it is in between a fact and a fiction. So the right use of pause is what I'm going to look at, and of course point out the wrong use of pause. And the fourth one, F, stands for
Fillers.
And what are filler words? Those are some
Sounds.
which sounds that we rely on while we have to form the next sentence. So that's how we again, like for example, I'm doing it right now. And we form our sentences. That's also something I'm going to look for. So guys, keep yourself checked. I'm going to ask the definitions once again in the break. With that, back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devsha, for the elaborate clarification regarding the role. And our last role taker goes by the initials NN. In our fictional world, she's called Mystic Marvel. She's going to play a very special role. I don't know what that is. But it's going to be secretive. And she's going to come and explain what her role is all about. So welcoming MM of our club, Toastmaster Maria.
Oops. Art is the lie that enables us to realize the truth, said public minister. And as today's theme is about fact versus fiction, are you your sketch master?
Woo!
Do you think that you need to listen closely?
Wrong.
You need to watch. Because unlike you mortal mere beings,
Wow.
I will be drawing to test your intellectual levels of thinking, go beyond just looking at what is there on the paper, but also thinking about what was spoken in this speech, and also by the role players. So as your sketch master, I will come back with my pencil in hand and draw amazing works of art that will leave even Pablo impossible. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Maria, and thank you to the entire Tigers team for explaining your role. As I told during the introduction, I will be evaluating the meeting from the start to the finish. All the role takers, all the evaluators of the table topics, and the audience as well. And it's my report when called upon towards the end of the meeting. With that, back to the Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya, for the wonderful Marvel theme of that as goals. Now, we got Spider-Man, we got Visionary, we got Deadpool and Marvel. So, which means every second and every sound and every suspicious moment will be monitored.
Fiction.
Very comforting. As our Spider-Man given the word of the day, credible. So I want you to answer something. Whenever I ask you, does that sound credible? You answer me, verified.
Verified.
Verified it. Verified it. Okay, yes. Shall we try it once?
Yep.
Yes. Does that sound credible?
Verified.
Perfect. You are already more careful than most of the family WhatsApp group now. With that, it's time to call the first speaker. But before that, I would like to call the first evaluator, Toastmaster Somil, to explain the objective. And when I asked him, Somil, what is the one truth that everyone thinks is lie about you? Then he answered me that I hate to watch horror movies. It feels fictional to some cute-looking ghost like Somil. But with that, help me welcome Toastmaster Somil.
Woo!
Good evening, dear Toastmasters.
Good evening.
My target speaker, Vibha, is attempting her Level 1 Project 4 under the pathway Presentation Mastery. Level 1 Project 4 is divided into two parts, that is Speech 1 and Speech 2. In this one, she is attempting her Speech 1, which means like after this speech, I will give her a feedback and then she has to apply that feedback in a second speech. Time, please note, the timing for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. But with that, all the best to my target speaker.
Thank you so much, Somil. When I asked our first speaker, Toastmaster Vibha, what is the one truth that feels like a lie to everyone, then she answered, I hate to eat chocolates. What? Unbelievable. Oh, no. With that, help me welcome the first speaker, Toastmaster Vibha.
Vibha!
Viva! 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 Toastmaster Viva. Charlie's Angel. Charlie's Angel. Toastmaster Viva.
Have you ever been 100% sure and 100% wrong at the same time? When things suddenly go wrong in your life, what is your first reaction? Blame, panic, or find a solution? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
Welcome to the adventure of Charlie Angels. In my family, there are 5 girl cousins, and everyone calls us Charlie's Angels because we are inseparable. So there comes Bhumika, the youngest Gen Z rebel. When Google Maps says turn left, she would be like, but why should I? Let's explore the right side. Then comes Manali. She can find comedy in any situation. Then comes Yami, calm and practical. If aliens landed tomorrow, she would probably offer them water before asking why to kill. Then there's me, eldest among 3, responsible and sincere. One day, out of boredom, we decided to plan our first trip. Woo! We were not allowed to travel before turning 21. But anyhow, we convinced our parents and got the permission to travel. And we decided to go, not Goa, not Ladakh. We decided to go Ahmedabad. Because the eldest angel, after getting married, moved there. We were so excited about our first trip. The tickets were done, and the very next day, we were going to take the train to Ahmedabad. We spent the most amazing days in the city. And now it's time to head back to Tokyo. The return train was at 5. So being the responsible one, I made sure of leaving at 3. See? Responsible. We were ahead of time. So we decided to wait on platform number 1 on the bench. And that's when the entertainment began. We met the lots of cousins of this lady, Pansuri, this lady. The vendors chased us until we escaped with our luggage, just like celebrities avoiding paparazzi. Then Bhumika sat on the bench for so long that the knee part of her pant fabric stretched enough to create a tent for 2 mice to live there. We were not stopping our long, and the people around us were staring. But we did not care until we realized it's already 5. A person passed by us and asked, which train are you looking for, girls? Train to Jodhpur at 5. That train already left. What? How? We are here only. Kids, that train left 5 in the morning, not in the evening. We checked the train tickets. It was 5 o'clock. But wait, 5 o'clock in railways means morning. And this time, we were 100% sure and 100% wrong at the same time. We were all shocked, and then the blame game started. Why didn't anyone check the tickets properly? If it bothered you this much, why did not you check it? How can we all miss out on the train timing? We can't tell our parents that we missed the train. They will be so disappointed. I am getting embarrassed and excited because of you guys here. I want to go home today only. Then Yamini had to step in. Shut up, guys! Can we please stop blaming each other and focus on what can we do now? Then I checked the train time. Girls, we do have the next train in 2 hours. But there are no seats not even in the car. And certainly, we are not staying at the station
panicking. And then Yamini calmly replied, wait, I have some connections. Let me try. Hello, friend. Book 4 tickets to Jodhpur. See, we were able to manage 4 tickets to Jodhpur in general Quota. And that's how our trip was back on track. So, ladies and gentlemen, that day I realized that checking the train timing is really important because all of the chaos that was created, we were not ready for it. And we were blaming and panicking in that situation. But one person stayed calm and handled it very well. I realized that the strongest person in a crisis is not the one who is the loudest. It is the one who remains calm. So let me ask you again. When life goes off track, would you panic, blame, or find a solution? What do you
Thank you so much for the wonderful speech. And we saw how responsible Angel shows some evidence of some supernatural activities that happen here. That is the evidence how the responsible angel has some powers. Now, with that, we shall begin to ask every one of you to solve one case. I will be calling upon two extremely incredible or credible expert, extremely credible expert, and this activity will be called Two Expert, One Truth. Both experts will share their opinion on a question asked by me, and you have to guess which one is right. Point to the left if you feel this opinion is right. If you feel this opinion is right. So, are you guys ready to meet our two experts? Yes. So, help me welcome. I want them to introduce themselves. And the first expert. Evening, everyone. My name is Professor Pai.
Fact.
My name is Professor Arya from Christ University. The same university where Maria studied. Yes, sir. And based on her confidence, you can check. We do have a compulsory course of confidence boost. I believe in research paper, citation, data, and presentation with at least 47 slides. Now it's time to introduce the second credible expert. Rilesh bro. Hello, I'm Rilesh and I'm a content creator. I recently started one Instagram page where I have uploaded several reels and got 3 comments, 2 from my own different account and 1 from Sayoj. And he commented about my hairstyle. So Instagram validated and gave evidence that I am the credible expert in technology, space, research, and content creation. So now we will be asking a question, and both the experts have to give their opinion, and you have to tell which one is true. Round 1. Which is the hottest planet in solar system? Mercury is the hottest planet. Why? Because it is the closest to the sun. and the direct solar radiation make the intensity of sun the highest on my screen. And according to the inverse square law, an object near to the sun will receive the highest amount of heat. That's why, scientifically proven, Mercury is the hottest planet.
Venus.
Professor,
Yeah.
that's what you got for. So, which is the hottest planet? Of course, Venus. The thick layer of carbon dioxide traps the heat and let it not radiate. That's why Venus creates a greenhouse effect, and Venus is the hottest planet in solar system. Now, who do you believe? Point to the right if you answer is Professor Arya is truthful or Rilesh Bro is truthful.
Rilesh Bro.
Don't be sure.
Rilesh Bro.
Of course.
Nobody said right, huh? No, it's not right.
So is your answer ready?
Yeah.
Anyone with Professor Arya? Maria.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a board, Rice University.
So the answer is Venus, and Rilesh Bro is correct. So piece is closed. Now it's time to call our next speaker. And for that, I would like to call the evaluator for second speaker, Toastmaster Ilango. But before that, then I asked him, what is the one truth that feels like a lie to everyone? Then he answered me that he looks quiet, but only for the first meeting. That's suspicious. With that, help me welcome Toastmaster Ilango.
Let's go. Thank you, Professor Moderator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, my dear guests.
Good evening.
Today, I have privilege to evaluate the speaker, Priyansh. He is going to attend level 2, project 1, dynamic leadership. The purpose of the speech is the members to identify their four primary leadership style or leadership styles. Timer, note down the speech timing will be 5 to 7 minutes. With that, back to Toastmaster of the day. And all the best to my speaker.
Thank you so much, Ilango. Before I call our second speaker, when I asked him what is the one truth that feels like a lie to everyone, then he answered me that he is a romantic person.
Ooh.
But it doesn't let others know at first meeting.
Oh.
Yes, Priyansh, sometimes evidence appears misleading. With that, help me welcome the second speaker, Toastmaster Priyansh.
Priyansh!
Toastmaster Priyansh. Learning to lead. Learning to lead. Toastmaster Priyansh.
Have you ever added something in your Amazon cart, stared at it for 5 minutes? Don't worry, I'm not going to say 5 minutes. And then close the app without buying it? If yes, congratulations. We have something in common. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests.
Good evening.
For the last 12 months, I wanted to buy a television. Last September, I added a brand new shiny television with a good Amazon rating in my Amazon cart. And I woke up my sister. Didi, can we buy this television? No. And our conversation ended. 1 month later, I repeat the same thing. Didi, can I buy this television? No, Vibhu, this is not the right time to buy the television. We have so many expenses right now. and that conversation ended again. 3 months later, I repeat the same thing. Didi, can we buy this television now? But this time, all the finances were taken care of. We had to make sure that no major finances are coming in near future. She said, yes. And just like that, we bought a brand new Samsung 55-inch TV mounted in our home, where both my sister and I enjoy watching TV shows and playing games. This event taught me something. When different perspectives are involved, the quality of decision improves. So, while we were enjoying on the TV, I also thought that this is exactly what a democratic leader does. Democratic leader involves everyone, hears everyone's opinion, and creates a sense of ownership. Decisions might take longer, but they are stronger. While going through the project module of my project, I realized that I applied democratic leadership not only in my personal life, but in different aspects of my life. Toastmaster, office, back in my college days, I was always a democratic leader. In January 2026, I became the Vice President membership of Bright Hearts Toastmaster. Just before the membership renewal is the busiest time for any BPM officer. I had to travel to my hometown for almost a month. Initially, I thought that I'll handle everything on my own. But then a TV conversation, I went home, and a democratic leader in me activated. I sat down with my associate VP membership officer Pooja. We discussed the challenges, we divided the work, and she also suggested some follow-up ideas which I would have never thought of alone. VP membership taught me some great aspects of leadership, like building connections, encouraging participation, solving problems, and making sure that people take ownership. This project also taught me that democratic leadership can be applied in most of the situations, but somehow we have to react in the situation according to the situations. Crisis needs an autocratic leadership. Group peace needs a group leadership. A team decision needs a democratic leadership. And let's go, Priyansh. So if someone asked me today, what is your leadership style, Priyansh? I would say democratic leadership is the style which I follow primarily.
Thank you so much, Priyansh, for sharing that incredible incidents. We find it interesting. And with that, are you guys ready for the round two of two experts? 1-2. So, this time we will be traveling hundreds of millions of years into the past. Are you guys ready for the second round? And the question to both the experts is, who appeared first? Sharks or trees?
Please.
Professor Arya. And my answer, of course, tree appeared first. Why? The trees and the forest created an ecosystem where a level of oxygen can be maintained in land and ocean. And after that, a marine creature like shark evolved later. So for me, trees appeared first.
It's time for our second incredible expert, relation.
No.
Real professor, bro. Shark were swimming even before tree appears. Billions of years ago, shark were a creature, and they were exist. They entered the chat, bro, even before the trees. The tree were designing a forest, but shark was there. And that's my answer is. Now, audience, who do you trust? Who do you trust?
Relation.
Relation, bro. Relation. Professor Arya.
Relation.
Bro. Oh, that's first one. Actually, bro. So shark exists before trees. They were swimming around millions of years, waiting for the nature to finish the landscaping. Case is closed. Now, to get ahead, it's time for the third speech. And before that, I would like to welcome our third evaluator, Toastmaster Manjarika. And when I asked her, what is the one truth that feels like a lie to everyone, then she answered, I came across as a last-minute person, but actually, I'm a very organized person.
Who lied to you?
Help me welcome Toastmaster Manjarika.
Let's go, Manju!
1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
Today, my target speaker Akshay will be attempting his level 2 project 1 of Pathway Dynamic Leadership. The purpose of this project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership styles. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. Timer, please note that the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. With that, I wish all the best to my target speaker.
Thank you so much, Manjarika, for setting out the objective. Now, before I call Toastmaster Akshay for his speech, when I asked him one truth that feels like a lie, then he literally answered me that he is an introvert person. Really?
Yeah.
And people used to refuse him. Why? Because the way he behaves in social setting. Of course, we understand. With that, help me welcome the third speaker, Toastmaster Akshay Brand Oman.
Akshay! 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 Akshay!
Toastmaster Akshay, the personal touch. The personal touch, Toastmaster Akshay.
The Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening.
Good evening.
I have a question for all of you. Can I touch you? Throughout my years as a leader, this is the one question that has always plagued my mind. Can I touch you? Let me start by painting a picture of the kind of leader I am. I am what you may label as an authoritative leader. I am someone who gives a long-term direction and focuses on end goals. I provide a clear direction and I make sure high standards are set by leading by example. During my term as the president of HSR Toastmasters from July to December 2023, things were looking awful at that time. Activity was low, members were nonchalant. There is one HSR member right now. And I was handed a struggling club. And that's when I realized I had to rule with an iron fist. I introduced weekly attendance trackers and made sure that members were notified when their attendance went below 70%. I made it mandatory for every member to deliver a speech at least once every 4 weeks. But I made sure the rules applied to me and my executive committee as well. If my members had to show up for over 70% of the meetings, so did I. If my members had to deliver one speech every 4 weeks, so did I. I always ensured to make it a point to lead by example. Because as a leader, I believe it is important to exemplify the values you wish to promote. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes. I also have traits of what you refer to as an innovative leader. For the last month, I've introduced a presentation series at my office for the younger members. We work in the credit risk space, and every Friday in the evening, I give them knowledge transfer sessions on different parts of our application. What initially started as a presentation series ended up becoming a very collaborative experience. So much so that just last Friday, all of the members of my team, Lata, Pramod, Ramesh, all of us stayed past the allotted time to discuss the topic we were talking about. That's when I knew the initiative was working. Now, if there is one aspect of my leadership that I would want to work on, it would be the personal touch. Authoritative leaders are very well liked. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
Correct. Because in the quest for excellence, you end up ruffling quite a few feathers. But more importantly, I realized one of my biggest weaknesses as a leader was being unable to create deep personal relationships with my colleagues. Several years ago, I worked with a member of my executive committee. Let's call her Payal. At one point during the term, it just so happened that Payal stopped working for the executive committee completely. I ended up having a very difficult conversation with Payal. I had no background of what she was going through in her personal life. As it turns out, the conversation didn't go well. She eventually resigned from her post and eventually left Toastmasters. It turned out that she was battling with depression. Now, I thought to myself, how can someone let their personal problems seep into their professional commitments? I don't know. Why should they? That's where I was wrong. I realized it is so important to have the emotional well-being of your teammates prioritized just as much as credible results. So, this brings me back to my original question. Can I touch it? Can I be a leader that is authoritative, innovative, and altruistic? By altruistic, I mean a leader who can create deep personal relationships. Now, according to the internet, there is no leader in history that is known to be authoritarian and altruistic. That's where I want to break that mold. Through my role as the district engagement manager for the next 365 days, for District 227, I want to create strong personal bonds. And I want to use compassion as a tool to build more meaningful relationships. Shankar, I want to touch you. Arna, can you call Maria?
Maria, hi Maria.
Maria, can I touch you? All of the guests looking scared in the back row. I want to touch each and every one of you in this room, outside this room, with a compassionate hand and become a leader that is both altruistic, that is both innovative and authoritative. Thank you. I felt a shock by Sachin. A shock of inspiration to build a community.
First form.
Thank you so much, Akshar, for incredible speech.
Like this much only
With that,
face will require or something.
I would like to conclude the section of prepared speech, and it's time to take up your votes and vote and give feedback to
It's
the
there. You can
speakers.
connect
For that,
HDMI directly.
I would like you
if we
go
are
on
present.
our link.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah. Connect this HDMI. Only the HDMI.
Link bit.ly/VHDM vote 1.
No, it's not. This is not. This is not on. Yeah. Where is the?
Anyone is having internet issues?
Yeah.
Or you can use the.
What happened? We have to do this.
I know.
I didn't know this was. I've had people with it. Oh, let me just connect it.
By the time scanner is visible on screen, let me iterate the link bit.ly/BHTM vote 1.
Okay, cool. Yes. It's connected. Yeah.
The scanner is visible on screen. Please give your feedback, verbal feedback to all the speaker. You got 1 minute to do so. And give the vote based on speeches. No friendships, no snack, no UPI pending request or emotional pressure.
What's up?
Yeah.
And can I vote? Yes. Loud on stage. I guess so. It's fine. Better too loud than too soft. Always. Because what might be too loud for me might be just okay for them or stop. Right. Because if we see people on stage, like you can hear them because you're in the first row. But like, they might not even be able to be audible to the last row. And it does a lot to contribute to stage presence. Like one thing you always notice is that speakers always start, always. They never start soft. Okay. Like unless it's a very deeply, like if you've seen Akshay go on stage, if you've seen even Arundhati, when she just started checking. 8, 9, 10.
Okay, continue to code, and we are taking break of 15 minutes, and we will return by 5:30.
We only have 10 responses. Please get in your votes.
Everything. Three simple questions. Who is the source? What is the evidence? And can it be verified? Confidence make the statement convincing, but evidence make it credible. Enjoy unbelievable stories. Question believable stories. And before forwarding either one of your family WhatsApp group, take a deep breath and ask, does the source credible? Answer?
Verify it.
Verify it. Verify it. Correct. With that, let's start a section of table topics. And for that, I would like to welcome a person who shared an answer on a question, what is the one truth that feels like a lie to everyone? Then he answered that he is very shy person. But this appears as an attitude to everyone until you talk to him. And to prove that, I would like to welcome Toastmaster Srinath.
Let's go. Srinath, 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 Srinath.
Good evening, Red Hearts.
Good evening.
And dear audience. And my dear guest. So today I am your credible table topic master.
Let's go.
Before that, raise your hand if you have read our recently published newsletter.
Wow.
Punishment. Congratulations, guys. Our very own President Saij is going to host a party for you.
Ragnar is asking, is the party complete?
It's a fiction.
Anna, it's a fiction.
And
if I punch you, that will be fiction.
I have to do all of this stuff to get attention so that I can win today's best goal taker awards. Typical corporate stuff, guys. And it's a fact. Okay, so if you haven't read our recently published newsletter, so today our toggle topic is going to be around our recently published newsletter. So for the benefit of the audience, so when I call your name, you have to come up to the stage. I'll give you a topic. You have to speak about a topic for about 2 minutes. And one more thing, there is nothing right or wrong here. Here you can share how you are truly feeling about a particular topic or particular question. And people are there to cheers for you. So before I begin, I want to just clarify the structure. I have pulled out few of the sentences that has been told by our own Toastmasters in our newsletter, and I have slightly rephrased it without changing its meaning, and I mapped it under a theme. So it will be like I'll tell the theme, then I read the rephrased version, and then I'll ask you a question. All clear?
Yes.
Okay, let's get started. So can I get one member?
Badri.
Badri?
Badri. 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 Badri.
So the theme for table topic number 1 is preparation versus shortcuts. So here's the context. Toastmaster Arna mentioned that she once believed memorizing the top 20 table topics the night before a contest was enough. Later, she realized that true preparation comes from consistent practice, not shortcuts. So here is your question. Tell us about a time when you realized that hard work beats shortcuts. I repeat. Tell us about a time when you realized hard work beats shortcuts. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmasters, Srinath. Good evening, Bright Arts and my delegates. How's the Josh?
Hi,
sir. How many of you have regretted yourself that why I haven't done this particular preparation for the contest, or it may be a particular sport that you want to play? Do your best. This happened at the current week, where at Monday I went for Everest speech contest. There at Infosys, the preparation time that I took was around 2 to 3 days, right? And I have delivered the speech there, but I have fumbled a bit because it was a new set of audience for me, and there was a huge crowd in front of me, right? So these happened, and I went blank for some time as well, right? This used to happen at me, and I've questioned myself, where did I went wrong at this point of time? And some of the points came to my mind. One thing is the better preparation, right? Always preparation makes us more efficient with respect to giving any speeches or attempting any of your beloved sport out there, right? This is one. And I don't believe in shortcuts. Shortcuts will be efficient if you work it in a smarter way, but if you haven't worked it in a smarter way, the shortcuts sometimes it can be a drawback for you. They will always suggest you have to be prepared. You have to be utmost prepared for the things that you want to deliver to make it more efficient. This may take a bit. Thank you.
Thank you, Badri. It's very relatable. Can I get one member from guest? Atul?
Atul, let's go.
So the theme for table topic number 2 is perseverance. Toastmaster Akshay shared his journey of waking up at 5 a.m. for months to prepare for a 10K marathon. The bright side wasn't visible during the struggle. It appeared only after the crossing the finish line. So here is your question. Tell us about a difficult phase in your life that only made sense after it was over. I repeat. Tell us about a difficult phase in your life that only made sense after it was over. Good.
Thank you. Can I ask one question? How many of you are here from engineering college? Pretty much all of you. I'll tell you one story from my engineering. It was in 2014, where I was preparing for IIT JEE in Kota. Now, IIT JEE is one of the most prestigious exams all over India. It's very difficult, and I took 2 years, 11th and 12th, preparing day and night in Kota. And can you believe what happened? I failed. Obviously. Do you know why? Because when I was preparing for IIT JEE, I was also introduced to cafes, movies, and whatnot. And I did everything else apart from studies. So I came back home empty-handed in 2014. Then I made a choice whether I should go back or just stay on mediocre. I decided option 1. I went back to prepare for the same exam again in the same college, the same coaching studio, Resonance, and there I spent 1 year. 1 year from all the distractions. I left all my friends in a different region. I forgot the ways to cafes. I studied so hard. And finally, in 2015, in July, the results were announced. I was sitting up with my parents, trying to check if I passed this time or not. And finally, the hard work of 1 year paid off, and I got the seat.
Wow.
Woo.
I got admission in the college, and that's how my engineering started. So I totally believe that with a lot of perseverance and dedication, you can achieve anything in your life. You have to make the right choices. Want to go back after feeling down, or be a mediocre like me?
Thank you, Atul. First part of your story was quite itsy touchy. Second part was quite inspirational. Okay, guys, can I get one member from Toastmaster Club? Can you please come?
We need or guest. What's the guest come then?
So, the theme for table topic number 3 is transformation. In his farewell note, our ex-club president Mani shared that he was proud not just of the trophies the club had won, but of the transformation in the members' confidence and self-belief. So here is the question. What achievement are you most proud of that no certificate or trophy can truly capture? I repeat. What achievement are you most proud of that no certificate or trophy can truly capture?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
So the topic, what achievement that I am proud of, which I need prize or certificates that cannot bring in, is the very conversation that I'm having now with you guys, is what I would say. I will tell you a story of why I say that this is something I am proud of myself, the happiness which cannot bring in. For you to get some context, I work in a 6-day work environment wherein Monday to Saturday I work it. So initially when I came to Bright Hearts, I walked in, I didn't thought I will even be attending one session. Down the line, I thought I might skip it. The fact that, I've been able to make it, day in, day out, being inconsistently consistent, even though skipping some meetings till here on stage is something I would say is where I have come from, to be on this stage and to be able to communicate is something I'm proud of. I would say being part of this platform and being able to make that consistent efforts in improving myself, in the presentation skills or the leadership skills products. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is also something that I'm also very proud of. So can I get one member from guest?
Already someone people are looking so.
Oh, so the theme for table topic number 4 is changing environments. Toastmaster Aditya mentioned how changing multiple schools affected him. He always looked for familiarity and couldn't see the bright side until years later, when he realized that every new place eventually became home. So, here is your question. Have you ever resisted a change that later became one of the best things to happen to you? I repeat, have you ever resisted a change that later became one of the best things to happen to you?
I hope this doesn't, give the sound of my heart because that's sounding more down my voice. So, the change, I think it's very common one which everyone would have resisted. Maybe guys and girls who are married now. So that is one change that I was resisting, was not getting married. I but some time back, and this is also not getting recorded. So I guess
It is.
Yes, and it's another one. So no, but that's the truth, and that happens in life. And I am now, of course, that's my home, and we are staying together. But this is not just one change. I think if we go with the change, then the change becomes your part or your part of the personality. So that's what I think, and that's my intention to come here and make one change and become part of this club. I'm a bit resistant, not because of wonderful people like you, but because of the travel that I have made, becoming from Whitefield. So it's nothing, but I really believe that change
I'll check with
that they can recently, I mean, quite a long time back, it looks like recent, but it's now become better. That's it. Thank you.
How do you spell your name?
It's pretty wide enough to not comment on something that you have not experienced with. So since I'm a bachelor, I don't want to comment anything. Yes. Can I get one? Sorry.
I said, can I comment?
Yeah. Can you please? Can I come in?
It will get better.
Yes. Sir, no, sir.
I comment towards the end.
Yeah. We can call somebody else.
Yep, we can.
Resume. See.
So here is the theme for table topic number 5, facing fear. Toastmaster Summer described how terrified you are of the giant swing during the Bright Art Day Out. With encouragement from fellow members, he took the leap and turned the fear into a memorable experience. So here is your question. If you had to do one thing today that scares you, what would it be and why? I repeat, if you had to do one thing today that scares you, what would it be and why?
Thank you, Toastmaster Srinath, Toastmaster Srinath. I'm a person who likes to not take risks. And the question to me has been asked, what would you do that would scare you the most? So, entire life, let's say if I was in school, I used to be a guy who used to play it safe. The next time when I was in college, I was also a very good kid in terms of making sure that my grades are great, right? But there were moments in my college itself where I felt like I was sticking to my comfort zone. And I think most of you must have faced that self-reflection within yourself, that you might be in a comfort zone. Raise your hand if you joined that you felt that you are in your comfort zone and you wanted to be a Toastmaster. See, everyone agrees that they want to push the comfort zone. So if I had one decision that would scare me the most, would be to make sure that out of all the decisions that I have taken, it would make me uncomfortable. Maybe I'm a professional life, maybe here in Toastmasters, and maybe in perhaps my personal relationships. I'll give you an example. When I was a kid, I always saw my mother being very concerned for me and my health. And now I'm at an age where I am concerned for my parents' health. And that is something that I have been ignoring for a long time. That is a deep secret vulnerability. So what I did was, even though my dad is a heart patient, my mom has had knee surgeries because she was facing arthritis. Out of all my scariness, I told them, let's join the gym. I got them to the physician. I made sure that they have all the things checked and they are doing the thing that they have never done, even though they're not scared of it. But I think throughout this discomfort, this is something that I'm hoping all of you would also look at. Points that you have ignored, perhaps you're scared about, not just for yourself, but for others around. Thank you.
Okay, so we can wrap up the debate topic section. Thank you, everyone. Over to you. General evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Srinath, for wonderfully assimilating those articles from our newsletter and asking very relevant questions. A big round of applause for Table Topic Master, because it was a very different table topic section. And to all the speakers for confidently coming on stage and answering them. I felt all the table topics were equally difficult. Because each of the articles that people have written has taken a lot of time. And speakers coming onto the stage and giving out a speech in 2 minutes is actually takes a lot of hard work and courage. So kudos to each of the table topic speakers for coming on stage and delivering their best. Okay, so we will start with the general evaluation section. And first we'll cover the prepared speech sections. So who was our first evaluator who will be covering speakers once evaluation?
Shomil.
Toastmasters Somil Gupta to cover
Toastmaster Vibha.
Cover
Vibha.
Toastmasters
Vibha.
Vibha speech. Please welcome Toastmaster.
Let's go, Somil. 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 Somil.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters and delegates. Good evening. My target speaker is Vibha. Your title was Charlie's Angel, and I was thinking it could be a story around, spies and all. But instead, you talked about your 5 wonderful angels, your cousins. So, I have 2 highlights and 2 areas in conclusion. First of all, I would like to start that your expressions, your vocal variety, and the pauses was so good. There were moments where I was looking at you and I was like, wow. For example, the way you showed the excitement for the first trip, you were like, first trip, or when you mentioned not Goa, not Ladakh, but we decided to go to Ahmedabad. So there was a pause, right? And that pause was perfect because it gave the audience time to consume. And when you said go to Ahmedabad, there was a burst of laughter there. Secondly, I feel you literally use the stage in a very good manner. You use the stage to establish different characters where you talked about your cousin, first cousin, second cousin, and their behaviors. Now, talking about few areas of improvement. You started with a question, have you been 100% sure? And at that point, I was a bit confused. I'm 100% sure of what? Instead, you would have started a question like, how many of you panic if you are stuck in a situation? That is a yes or no question, and audience can easily answer. Also, it kind of foreshadows about your story. Like it's a story where something is going to happen or there is a panic situation without giving away the core takeaway of your story. Also, your takeaway if I'm correct, your takeaway was that if you're stuck in a panic situation, do you blame or you keep calm? Throughout the story, I couldn't find something impactful that kind of tied a story to the conclusion. In the beginning, you mentioned that Yamal, one of your cousins, she had a very calm nature. At the end, she was the only one who took out her phone and booked the tickets. I feel they could have been more characteristic of Yamal so that we could have get an idea that okay, she's a really calm person, and towards the end, she's taking a decision. There was a moment where you were mentioning that all of us were arguing. Why did anyone check the phone tickets properly? I need to go to home. There, you could have just established that everyone was fighting, but Yamal was watching calmly. She calmed all of us. She took out her phone and called someone to book the tickets. In conclusion, your expressions, your vocal variety, your pauses were to the point. Your stage movement was also good. But if you could have started with a good opening, or if you can work on if you could have worked on the middle part of your story where it could kind of foreshadows what your conclusion is going to be, can make your speech better. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters Moment, for that great evaluation. Toastmaster Vibha, you are a master of the stage. Whenever you come on stage, you exude a lot of confidence. It was visible throughout your expressions, to the content, to the body language, vocal variety, and to the gestures that you have made. Your sisters are great people. That is what I figured today. Really, really great way to combine a story and a sort of learning into your speech and give it out to the audience. One area of feedback that I have for you is you probably could have come up with a stronger conclusion. You mentioned two things towards the end. Would you be the loudest versus would you be the calmest in the room? And you also asked the question to the audience, would you be a person to blame, fight, panic, or be calm? So I got confused between these two statements. Maybe you could have taken one statement and that conclusion would have been better, but overall a great speech. Toastmaster Somin, great. Thank you for highlighting the areas of improvement for Toastmaster Vibha. Your overall evaluation was on point. I felt that you could have spoken about the speech objectives and you could have also said that it was met or not, which you could have done it as part of the beginning of your evaluation. But overall, a great attempt. Moving on to our second speaker for today, we will call upon our second evaluation, the person who we call Ilango.
Once again, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest.
Good
evening. Let me ask you one question. How many leadership styles we have? I know it's a very difficult question, but if you don't answer.
0.
17. Good answer. Okay, let me tell you 12 leadership styles right now we have. Okay. So getting to that evaluation of Priyansh, Toastmaster Priyansh. You talked about your own leadership style, democratic leadership style, which is you are following. As per my point, so you almost made that objective of the speech, and you have elaborated why you like the democratic leadership style. And what I like more about your speech is today, you started with the question, which is to the audience.
And also, I like more about your speech today is the body language. When you said, my sisters finally agreed to buy the TV. Finally, we bought 55-inch Samsung TV with good offer. So there were the good body language you demonstrated. Also, I have a few recommendations to you to elevate your speech into next level. One is the script, whatever you have written, in that you ask 3 times with your sister, can we buy TV? Since you have a democratic leadership style, I feel that is up there. You could have skipped 1 and you could have asked 2 like 1, you can ask, sister, shall we buy TV? I would like, I'm very much interested in that. So what is your advice? Because as a democratic leadership style, you need to include, get the opinion from your leadership, sorry, your team, and you have to implement that. Then, second, he's replied, no, we have more expense than income. Then you could have monitored that expense. Once it is, income is more than expense, that time you will have approached him saying next time, this time, income is more than expense. Therefore, I approached to my sister. Sister, this time shall we buy TV? So that would be good approach. So 2 times you have stopped and include that one. The final one is you missed the next step. So to avoid that one, you could have asked question with audience so that we can overcome that one, or else we can next identify which is the next big topic that you can touch us. So with this to improve, along with your strength of the question audience and the body language, if you maintain that scale, it will be evaluated next level. With that, thank you to back to friends.
Thank you, Toastmaster Elango, for spelling out areas of improvement and highlights for our speaker number 2, Toastmaster Priyansh. I think you elaborated all the points very clearly, especially when it came to delivery, asking the questions, taking into consideration the inputs from Priyansh's sister regarding his regarding her opinion. But yeah, greatly delivered evaluation. Toastmaster Priyansh, I think is not in the room. Great storytelling. I think he started off with a good question, started off with a little point about us buying TV from an e-commerce website. And he also covered about how he's taking opinions from different people about buying a specific thing. One area of improvement that I can suggest is while you cover your sister, I think it is also important, as Toastmaster Elango said, ask more questions and also cover a little bit more or cover others as well as part of your evaluation. Maybe you asked your friends, your company folks, your teammates, and then you gather together some insights on whether to go ahead with the decision or not. So I think the holistic approach was sort of missing. And the second part, which was about qualitative style of leadership, I felt that you could have highlighted a bit more on how did you come to that conclusion. But overall, a great speech and looking forward to more such speeches. We'll move on to our third speaker. And before okay, so moving on to the third speaker, calling upon the third evaluator for today, Toastmaster Manjarika.
Let's go, Manju!
Manju. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
And a special good evening to my target speaker, Akshay. You have touched me. My heart, your speech. In a world where people in power and leadership are just freestyling with their leadership decisions, comes a Toastmaster project that helps you explore your leadership style the systematic way. And today, Akshay took us through his understanding of what kind of leader he is and what kind of leaders he wants to be. Akshay, what I really loved about your speech was your very humorous opening with "Can I touch you?" Very humorous and attention grabbing. You also told us about starting as a primarily authoritative leader as a president at HSR Toastmasters with strict initiatives such as 70% attendance, etc. But you still led by example. And then you also told us about your second leadership style, that is innovative leadership, which you displayed through the KT sessions in your office. So you have clearly met your speech objective of identifying and talking about your primary leadership styles. I also love how you modified your speech to include our theme when you asked, authoritative leaders are well liked, fact or fiction? Great for audience engagement. Coming on to the areas of improvement, I felt while you explained in detail about your primary authoritative leadership style, I felt a few seconds could also have been used to properly explain innovative leadership style, which is your second leadership style, and the altruistic leadership style, which you aspire to have for the benefit of the audience. And I also felt towards the end, the part where we were asking, Shankar, can I touch you? And Arna, could you call Maria? And Maria, can I touch you? Slightly took away from the otherwise very impactful and inspiring ending. That is, when you said, throughout the history, there has never been a leader who was both authoritative and innovative and altruistic. And I will break that barrier. So I felt if you had finished with just that and maybe had the humorous audience engagement part in the initial or somewhere in the middle, that would have been a better impactful ending. To summarize, amazing opening, and you achieved all the speech objectives and a very fun way to include the theme in your speech. If some grief could have also been given by using technical terms and work on leaving an impactful ending, I feel you would definitely take your speech to the next level. Thank you.
So, there is a very famous Bollywood song called Touch Me. That's what I felt, when Akshay started saying, can I touch you? But overall, a great speech. I think Toastmaster Akshay is known for his humorous elements toward his speech. I think he gives a very clear message when he is on stage. He is a mentor for all of us at Bright Hearts. But overall, when it comes to this speech about giving out his leadership style, I think he clearly articulated what his leadership style is and where he wants to be. I think that's a great bridge about where you are and where you want to be. So that's a great learning for all of us when it comes to identifying our primary leadership style. However, I will agree with what Manjalika said. I think there had to be some more elaboration on what innovative style of leadership you wanted to touch upon. So yeah, too much of touching, but maybe that touch was missing. But yeah, overall a great speech. Toastmaster Manjalika, great evaluation. You really covered all the highlights and areas of improvement. I have no major feedback for you. So great evaluation. Moving on, so this was the prepared speech section. A common feedback for all the evaluators is try not to use the board when you come and explain the speech objectives when called upon by the Toastmaster committee. You can just keep it on the side, but never read out, because I think the speech objectives are more or less similar or simple. If you can memorize it while coming onto the stage, and this is for all the evaluators, that would be a great thing to practice. Okay, moving on to our next section. I think what I will do is I will cover the table topic section first. As I have already given feedback, table topic master, Toastmaster Sheila, wonderful job done. I remember when I asked you when during the start of the meeting, are you well prepared? And you were slightly nervous, but reading the newsletter, coming up with the right kind of themes, asking questions to the audience based on those articles, it takes a lot of effort. So first of all, kudos to your efforts. And secondly, to all the table topic speakers who were very, very confident coming here on stage and being able to articulate on those specific topics. So big round of applause to all the table Shashank Square, and Toastmaster Shobit. You were all very, very good in terms of coming and delivering your table topics. One common feedback that I have for all the table topic speakers is see if you can use the PRPP framework, which is point, reason, example, point. For example, let me take up a topic, hard work versus short work. Now you can start by saying, okay, in college, I decided to take shortcuts. I used to do assignments, copy from ChatGPT. And then I realized that I was falling behind when it came to practical examinations. And people started asking me in-depth questions. I was not able to articulate it well. So I realized there is a lack in depth in terms of my knowledge and the way I want to express. That's when I realized that hard work is more important than shortcuts. And that's how we come to the conclusion. So maybe you can form this, take 10 seconds and form this sort of idea in your head and then narrate that through your delivery rather than just coming onto the stage and straight away jumping on the table topic. But great attempt by all of you and make sure that you continue giving out more table topics to get more confident on stage. Okay, moving on to our Taggest team. Actually, let me come to the Taggest team later. I'll cover the TMOD first. Toastmaster Madhu, you did everything today. You did acting. You were a quiz master. You were playing two people simultaneously on stage. The Relish Bro and Professor
Arya.
I think you did a fabulous job in the topic selection. Fact versus fiction. You were playing the role of a quiz master in the beginning. I got to know so many things that Venus's
the hottest planet
is longer than another year. So I think a lot of facts thrown at us, a lot of fictional stuff thrown at us. Great topic selection. Rapid fire, you covered each of the introductions really well. So I think that was, you asked a relevant question about what is fact or fictional about that person. So great job done there. One feedback for you is whenever you're playing a lot of games on stage and doing a lot of, multitasking, make sure your work gets easier. So you had a hat and you had this shades. Maybe you could have, for Professor, you could have had another set of specs like Akshay wears, and that could have been a professor's specs, right? So instantly you could take it out from the left hand and the right hand so that you wouldn't have spent so much of time going downstage, upstage. It would have saved you a lot of time and you could have moved smoothly on the stage. So that was one major feedback for you, but really well done. I think you are a confident speaker. You are articulating things really well, and the way you are delivering things goes to. Presiding officer, Toastmasters Ayush. No major feedback for you. I think you covered all the accolades of our club, our milestones. You praised the members. I think that was something really well done. You called upon the guests on the stage. And you also asked them to play along with the audience. So I think that was a job well done. We haven't seen that before, but that's something unique. So great. Moving on to the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Arna. You're always a confident speaker. Great introduction, perfect host. And the games that you played, you twisted the rules along with the game. So I think that was a job well done. I have no major feedback for you. Now I'll move on to the Taggest team. I'll first start with our Spider-Man. Toastmaster Shankar to give out his grammarian.
Spider-Man, 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 Spider-Man.
Spidey. Investigation is complete. While our Toastmasters failed, other band speakers kept us guessing what was fact, what was fiction, maybe a bit of both somewhere. I was letting them. So I'm happy to report that the word rage was used just 9 times today, so not the best. And out of that 9 times, mother used it 7. I think every sentence here ended up saying credible. Almost every segment that he came in, he was saying that.
Let's go, mother.
Now, moving on to a few things which we all should actually look at working towards are plurals and past tense. So there were sentences where it said, members that is there, traditionally are. Then I want the role taker of was, it should just be of was. It says peoples are there, and it should just be people. And when it comes to past tense, it was he answered me, when it should just remain that he answered. I didn't talk, and it should be I didn't think. And a few pronunciations which I tend that we all sort of get wrong. Uncomfortable, probably, inseparable. I think those are something which we all can work with. Now we do have some linguists among us. There's bequeath, there's altruistic, there's assimilate. So these are all some verbs and adjectives which our speakers have used. So great job on that. And with that, I just want to say whether today's speeches were a fact, fiction, or a little bit of both. One hard truth, one credible fact means every meeting makes us better communicators. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shankar, for the grammarian report, and it was very elaborate. One suggestion that I have for you is whenever you start off with a grammarian report, it's good to say or good to tell the audience that whoever says the word of the day, just raise a thumbs up. I think that's something that we follow as part of motivating others. So I think that you would have done that, but great job. Okay, moving on to our second role taker, our vision keeper for today, was the timer, Toastmaster Vineet, to give out his timer report.
I'll go and write the. Yeah.
So what do
I'll
you do?
do it.
I'll do it. We need science subjects. So.
Good evening again.
Good evening.
So first of all, congratulations to all the speakers for their wonderful speeches, and also to the topic speakers. That was quite good table topics. So first of all, coming to the speaker, Viva, she has completed her speech in 6 minutes 40 seconds. Then Priyansh has completed his speech in 44 minutes 31 seconds. Akshay completed his speech in 7 minutes 17 seconds. And I think one person got disqualified. I think 2 persons got disqualified. I think Somil has completed his evaluation in 3 minutes 34 seconds, and Mandarika completed 3 minutes 30 seconds. We are over the time, and Elanga has completed his evaluation in 3 minutes 29 seconds.
Let's go now. It's like handing you a win on a platter. I know. So many Mandarika so nice. They were just like, we'll take us.
Coming to speaker, Badri has completed his given table topics in 1 minute 46 seconds. Atul has completed in 2 minutes 11 seconds. Shashank 1 has completed in 1 minute. Shashank Square has completed in Shobhit has completed in 2 minutes 20 minutes. So, thank you. That's all.
Thank you, Vineet, for covering the timer report. I think you covered all the speakers and their respective times. Although what you could have done is in the beginning, you could have spelled out how many people qualified and how many people did not qualify. and you could have said most of them were within the time limit, except barring a few. Then you could have given the time report, but great job. I think this is the first time with the time report. So can we have a big round of applause? Good job. Okay, and Manjanika got a little bit over time because she got touched. Much touched. Okay, moving on to our third role taker for today, who is our Deadpool Patnaik, Toastmaster Deepsha Patnaik, to come and give her our counter.
Woo! Deepsha!
Deadpool! 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 Deadpool!
Come back. Guess, don't worry, I'm not going to ask you what CRPF is. But if you have doubts, you can reach out to me after the session is over. A lot of knives were thrown at me. I recovered. It was very difficult as an R counter to count R's because some of the speeches were flawless. But still, because my mentor had challenged me to find out crutch words, so observe few things. Starting with the president. He has a nice wordplay. He elongates the word so much that you don't even know if it's a filler or not.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
That's such a good catch. Wow.
Now, coming to TMOD, we have but that so many pauses, but that's part of TMOD role because we are talking so much and it's very difficult to put everything together, but good job done there. Our general evaluator loves and a lot. Almost every time. And then we fills it up with knows and sort of throughout the speech when he's on the stage. So that's what our general evaluator does. We were quite flawless and I was amazed by your speech that I could not catch any R's and H's. I will give it to Priyansh for that long pause. It happens whenever we are trying to talk few things on the stage and we immediately forget. But nice point out to Ilando for calling out that use questions so that you can avoid long pauses. So that's a very nice technique there. And Akshay, again, this was a difficult one. I was trying to find a crutch word, but again couldn't. So that's where you get the points. Evaluators, common thing is when you start looking at your board, right now the way I'm doing, you tend to take a lot of time, fill it with R's and a lot of long pauses. So common feedback to all the evaluators to use practice like a evaluation contest. Use 8 minutes, use 10 minutes to remember the script, come up on stage and don't depend upon the board too much. So that's my advice to all the evaluators. But of course, normal fillers were there here and there. Coming to table topics, Badri has a tendency of using right a lot many times and balancing it out with where and there. So those are something that you can keep a check on, but especially keep an eye on right. Atul repeated same words quite many times to fill in sentences. So again, if we use the framework PREP, probably we'll be able to form the structure well, and then the speeches will be flawless. Coming to Shashank one, long A's, so repetition of something and something came in quite many times. Again, PREP will help. Shashank 2 depends a lot on long R's and and so were common. And Shobit, you emphasized on I's a lot. And R's is also your best friend. With that, I think I'll close our counter report. Struggled quite a bit, but thanks to me being that good, I'm really back. Woo!
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepsha. I think this time the R counter report actually covered what was the tendency of each speaker, what word they repeat, rather than a number of instances that she has observed. So I think it was a different kind of evaluation, but thanks for giving out the class on this. I think you covered all the specific CRPF words and independence. So each one of them will so great job. Moving on to our final role takers in the Tigers team, we have Mystic Father. Woo! Woo! Let's go. Welcoming our special role taker for today, Toastmaster Maria.
Expert Picasso.
Teacher.
And now, the challenge of the century, the ultimate showdown.
Oh, wow.
This will be divided into 3 rounds.
Yeah.
We will start with easy, then go into medium, and then finally, we will move into the difficult round. Rules are simple. The first person to answer gets the point.
Sure.
And it will not be easy. I will not be giving you direct answers. To start with, the easy round will be one element or prominent place in any of the people that came, in any of the speeches or people that came on the stage. And I'll start by drawing first. This is like typical game of Pictionary. You just need to look at, everybody can see the board, right?
Yes.
Yeah, can you explain the question?
The question is, I will be dividing into 3 rounds.
No. You just said prominent place thing. What is that?
Prominent place of element that appeared in any of the speeches that were there. Okay? So round 1, here we go. And I won't make it easy. So, ooh. Do it up.
Distillery.
Distillery.
Distillery from the past speech. Ahmedabad. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll get the point.
Why?
Because I answered. Because Shomil is only visible to her. Oh,
Yeah.
She's distillery first, but she was the speaker.
I also said distillery. Right after she said next.
4 minutes, second one.
Jumble.
Working out, gym. Yeah.
Priyansh.
Priyansh.
Sobit. Guess Sobit.
Badri.
Yes, Sobit.
Madhu gets a point. I don't like in Shobit's speech where he mentioned how his parents were out in the gym. Okay, now we're going to medium. Here it
That
will
was
be.
easy.
Here it will be a bit more challenging and fun based. So let's start.
Fun based.
Let's go.
Eggpot. Award. Public speaking.
Speaking. That's a good example. Authoritative. I'm leading with example.
Whoa, that's nice. What's that? That's a balloon?
No, that's Akshay.
Oh, that's actually.
That's Akshay.
This is example, leading by example.
If I have seen the
Good one.
Okay. And now the final round where it will be very abstract, but you really need to get into what was mentioned. Is it Venus? Venus?
Yeah, woo! That was a good one.
That's the point.
That was easy one.
What was it? Did you get it?
So that was my time as the sketch master. I do have a few more if we are willing to do one last. Do we have time?
After
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do one last. Okay, no time. No time. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Postmaster Maria, for being the guest master for today. I think that was a job well done. you picked out some really hard topics. And then you were able to sketch that out quickly. And I think it wasn't that easy. It was.
You got 1 point. 1 point.
I forgot chemistry. Great job. Okay, so I think we have covered most of, I think all the role takers, speakers, and evaluators. I hope I have missed out one. When it comes to the other things about the meeting, especially the audience, I think all of you were a wonderful audience. You cheered throughout the meeting for each one of them. You called out Spider-Man, you called out Mystic Marvel, Deadpool. I think the energy level was high, prevalent throughout the meeting. So a round of applause for each one of them. Audience, I think we need that throughout the meeting, between the speeches, post, during the table topic also. So I think that was a job for all of you. When it comes to meeting proceedings, I think we started on time today.
Yeah, exactly.
Were on time. Anna explained the rules pretty well. Started the break on time, ended the break on time. And I think we are on time today in terms of our overall meeting proceedings. When it comes to the agenda, I think the agenda was shared well on time. The posters were rolled out ahead of time. And I think everything in the meeting was on time. So great job done to all the ExCom members who took part in making this meeting a big success. And to all the role takers who were here on stage with their confidence, with their time management skills, and they were able to make this meeting awesome. So with that, I hand it over to our voting, yes. So can we vote for all the role takers and evaluators on the link? Okay, scan this link.
Yeah.
bit.ly in vote 2. Can we check on vote? Oh, wow. I got it. About the big times. Maybe we are just taking at those, give some fruits. And let us, it will improve patient. We have. Okay, I'll hand over the stage to our presiding officer for the day, Toastmasters Nine Burgess.
Thank you, Aditya, for that elaborate evaluation and bringing all the Marvel characters alive on stage. So, how did you guys like the meeting? Amazing. Great. Mother, it was just great seeing a lot of fact and fiction. And as Aditya also mentioned, the first time I learned that, yeah, days is shorter than is longer than the year. So if you go to Mars, then you're working the whole year and getting paid peanuts. So
That was Venus.
sorry, peanut. Yes, I'm hungry. So with that, before I get the results out, there are a couple of announcements that we need to make. But I would want to call on a guest, a very special guest that we have from Koramangala Toastmasters, Toastmaster Aarti.
Aarti, 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 Aarti.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
Audible at the back?
Yes.
So this is my first time at Bright Hearts. With the name, how the name sounds, I can feel the same energy. Bright as it could be. So, my name is Aarti. I am visiting Bright Hearts for the first time as a VP Education. We had solved last Saturday, this Saturday, and I got the invitation, and that's why I'm here. But I would love to come again. There are a lot of good things that I noted because I'm a VP Education that we would like to implement. The kind of energy the team had brought by role playing is something that I have seen for the first time. He was extremely confident enough to execute both the roles. And I also noticed you had a transition from table topics master to directly to GE rather than introducing a team for the transition. Again, a wonderful way to keep the time compact. And what a wonderful audience you guys are. So happy to hear. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aarti. And I would encourage all of you guys to also visit the other Toastmasters Club and see how they take the learnings, give the learnings to them. I think as a community, we need to all. And with that, a couple of announcements to be made. One is on the membership. We would be having the membership. As most of you guys know, the membership renewal cycle is from October to March and then April to September. This time we are doing it a little bit earlier. Still have it from October to March 2027. So to talk more about the renewal, I call on our VP membership team, Devsha and Manjari.
Hello everyone. How many of you are enjoying your journey in Bright Hearts? Learning, right? You are enjoying the growth, you are enjoying the learning, you are enjoying the confidence on stage. But as we are I have something to tell behind it. We are renewing just because I have to share a very sad thing that is happening to us. Toastmaster International is increasing the fee from August onwards. And that's why we realized that
we decided to escape from this membership fees increase that is happening on August. We will be opening the membership renewal next week itself so that we will be able to make the best out of this situation.
So we'll be sharing all the details in our official WhatsApp group. So stay tuned.
And we will have some early bird offers as well. So ensure that you don't miss your spot so that you can keep continuing your journey with Bright Hearts and growing as Toastmasters and speakers and leaders.
So the sooner we do it, the more we save. With that, back to you.
Thank you, Deksha and Manju. So let's give the membership team a lot of work. So get your renewals done so that we can all grow together. So you will see that as early as this Tuesday. So make sure that keep a lookout on the WhatsApp and don't use the WhatsApp because this is important. The early bird gets the work, so the early bird gets the lowest price. So next announcement I have to make is regarding the humorous contest. So I would invite at the VP Ed team, Aditya and Priyansh on stage.
Good evening, Reinhardt.
Good evening.
This announcement is regarding the humorous speech contest. Now, how many of you attended the last Crescendo that just happened? And in that Crescendo, you must have seen all the contests happening together, just humorous, favorite topic, evaluation, and of course, the IC. We saw Akshay going up on stage and grabbing so many awards across area level, district level. And this year, we want to make sure that we do it again. To give you some context, humorous speech contest is now being organized in this term itself as part of the new district formulation, which is District 227. So the humorous speech contest at the club level will be on 16th of August. Post that, the winner will go to the area level, and after that, they will be competing at the district level.
The humorous speech contest, which will be held in November 26, in an event like Crescendo. It is called Nexus, which will be happening in Bangalore on November 26. And if any one of you have not completed your level 1 or have completed and not filed your in Toastmasters International website, please do so, because if you want to participate in humorous speech contest, we have a criteria. And that criteria is that speaker should be a level 1 speaker.
So it is important for all of you to file your level completion of level 1. And if you want to close level 1 in the next few weeks, happy to do that. Please work with the VPI team so that we can help you achieve that milestone so that you become eligible for your HSC competition, which is happening on 16th of August. Now, we want to ensure maximum participation from the club, and this involves two things, not just the qualification criteria, but also ample amount of preparedness that goes into the HSC, because we want to make sure that we achieve the best milestones that is in store for us at the area level and at the district level. So I encourage as many participants from this club as possible based on the criteria and based on their interest level. We want to make this a grand success for the club, and we want to ensure that we are maximum prepared to grab all the awards at the area level and at the district level. For this, the form will be sent out. The registration form will be rolled out very soon, maybe tomorrow. So just watch out for the WhatsApp group where you can register yourselves and make sure that you are ready and prepared for the club contest happening on the 16th. With that, back to you.
Thank you, Aditya and Priyansh. So very important, please look out for that message also on WhatsApp. But the most important thing is if you guys haven't completed your level 1 and haven't filed it, that's most important. When you completed your level and haven't submitted that Toastmasters site, please do that. That's how we track it that things have been completed. And plus, you are contributing to the DCP points for the club, because this time also we are going to win the Smedley Distinguished Award. So with that, I know we are a little bit over time. So let me quickly go to the winners. Best auxiliary role goes to the Mistake Marvel.
Maria!
Yeah.
Very sorry.
So, a minute.
I was busy singing. Was
Maria, that was, I don't know how we can draw so quickly, so fast, but great work. The best table topics speaker award goes to Shobit.
Shobit. Shobit. Shobit. Shobit. Shobit.
Did you get your spelling right?
There are those five saying, okay, well, very well done on the table topic. Actually, for me, there is a lot of learning how you use this stage and how you talk on the spot. Well done. Best role player award goes to fact and fiction. Professor Arya. Mother, as Aditya said, you've done so many roles today. I've lost count of who you are. I think the number of Instagram handles you have is equal to the number of roles that you play. But very well done, very energetic. Now next next award is the best evaluator. Is
Toastmaster Lam.
Go Lion, go!
Go.
Smile. Lambo, very well done with the evaluation. I think you have that a different type of charm and how you present things. I think that's something that I really want to incorporate once in a while. Well done. Thank you. Now the best speaker goes to. Can I touch you? Akshay Abraham Muman. Akshay. 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 Akshay, congratulations. I have no words for you. That's something that
Smile.
And with that, I declare the meeting 88. Please come on stage. Let's take a quick picture. And I think we have a couple of birthday videos to do. So let's do it.
Not many more.
We have how many?
Four.
Four. Shit.
Why four? Why four people are born?
Ask next week. Ask BP membership.
Come guys, come on.
We will ask the guests. What can you say? Outside.
Everyone, please come forward for a picture.
Or someone, how are you?
Okay, guys, please, Samar, bring everyone together. Guys, come on, come on. Madhur, what?
Now we have two RS. RS square. ऐसी लगाना already ये ना पीछे लेकर आना पड़ेगा. So you have मेंट कर रहा हूँ. एक सेकेंड. Stop recording.